and welcome to our yearly summit, Launch Your Idea. I'm very pleased to introduce you our special guest this year, Ali Jawad. Hello, Ali. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
All good, all good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Ali, can you share with us more about you and your experience?
Of course. As someone who has like 20 years experience in the market, there's always a humble and very simple beginning. I started my career as a customer service in Dubai, and I worked with a pay TV channel back then called Showtime. Now it's called OSN, and still there. They are still operating in Dubai. And from customer service, I went through the journey of the employment. I was an employee like for up to 2018 until one day I realized that I need to stop the employment. I need to stop going there from 9 to 5. I need to do something for my own. So the idea came actually before, to be honest, before 2018. It started from 2014, and it was very simple idea that I started my new chapter, my new journey in the entrepreneurship world. Before that, I must say that I'm a freelancer before I be an entrepreneur, and I might explain a bit of that if you give me the time.
Yes,
Um,
of course. Actually, the freelancing is the transition part to becoming from employee to become an entrepreneur. So please share more.
sure. I've been a freelancer for when I was 15 years. So the more I grow, the more it grows with me. And with the freelancing, you just need a skill, and you build a business around that skill. So you don't need money, you don't need so much experience, you just need a certain skill. So I'm a freelancer before I become an entrepreneur, and I think freelancing helped me a lot to do the transition from employment to entrepreneurship. And to be honest, I wasn't very much aware of what exactly is entrepreneurship is all about until I realized that it's all about, taking risk. It's all about solving hard problems, taking challenges, adaptability, accept defeat, all these kind of things. So I started with a simple page on Facebook. Back then, Facebook was something big, 2014, and I just use it to vent out, like think loudly, share with the audience whatever I have in mind. And one day I found out that this page became something more than just a digital place to share ideas. It had a team, and from that team, the idea came to convert or to transform the page, the personal page, into a project. And I call the project Think Loud, Think Different. And by think loud, I mean sharing and share ideas with people, just like what we are doing now. And by think different, I mean solve the problems in a different way. Because there's no point to solve the problem at the very traditional way. You might say, but there's nothing wrong with the traditional ways. It solves problems. Yeah, it might, but again, look around the world. There are so many problems out there. Nobody's solving like the permanent and the radical solutions. Everyone is, the temporary solutions, like a few steps, oh, problem solved. But then again, it came back again and again and again. So I'm one of those who believe in different approach, not for the sake of being different, no, but for the sake of solving their problem once and for all. So from a personal page to the first venture, I called it TLTD, and I started as online training. And by the way, I must also say I have an online experience for the last 15 years. So when COVID hit the world, it was a piece of cake for me. Everyone was crying. Everyone was was confused. I was having fun because I had 10 years back then experience with remote work. So TLTD became the digital platform for training fresh graduates and I take them literally from zero to hero. And by that I mean skills. You know, when they go to university, they learn some skills, but these skills don't really actually help them to solve their real life problems. There's a huge gap between what they know and what they need. So I was that bridge, or TLTD was that bridge to give them the skills they need, and it took them literally from zero to hero. Not only that, the project became so much advanced to the point that I managed to create a new business for them, and that business was under TLTD as the big umbrella or the big system. And I hand it over to them and I tell them, you know, take this. It's you pay nothing. I will pay nothing. It's zero cost. You go and learn. Do as many mistakes as you can. I will not punish you. I will not kick you out. I will not do anything. Just do whatever you want. And whenever you produce money, come back and let's have, you know, let's talk about business in more serious way. Guess what? This model and this approach has successfully, we managed to do this successfully 100%. And just like 2 days ago, we celebrate, me and my partner. I told her one thing. I told her, look, I will ask you one question, and based on your answer, I know how to take the meeting through a certain direction. She said, okay, sure, go ahead. I told her, if I disappear, you wake up one day, there's no Ali. I just disappeared. For whatever reason, will you and the project can move on for the entire 2026 without any problem? She said yes, that's for sure. I said, what? That means we did it. We succeeded to because that was one of my dreams. That was one of my goals. That was the purpose of TLTD. When I created TLTD, I told them, look, it's not for me, it's for you. One day someone has to finish what I have started. So if your department managed to survive, actually not survive, to live without me for a year, that means we managed to tick all the boxes, and phase one is completed successfully, and it's time now for the real growth. And you might say, okay, but what do you mean by department? Well, here's the interesting part. TLTD is not just a project, it's a movement. It's something that I really encourage everyone to adapt and to borrow the I'm not going to say steal like people on LinkedIn say.
No, no, no.
Exactly, but I'm saying to adapt to this, to learn how to do this. TLTD now is the first online company in the world, and by that I mean it's not registered physically in somewhere, because I checked with many places. I'm not going to mention names here. I checked with many countries. They said no, you have to have a physical location. So I said, guys, we are in the AI era. Everything is digital now. Why do you want me to go and register that on a physical place? So I said, no, let's go the extra mile. Let's do things in a crazy way. So I said, TLTD is an online company. It's 100% online. There's absolutely no physical location for TLTD. So basically, you can, if you are a client or if you are someone who wants to apply for a certain service, you can be anywhere in the world. If you want to be part of TLTD, you still can be anywhere in the world. So I created a movement where literally I spent nothing. I mean, if you want to calculate the cost of the website, the domain, all these kind of things, but this is nothing. My system works with zero cost, like inception cost, zero. Operation cost, zero. At the same time, you can produce money. And literally, I can produce money while I'm sleeping. So that's the most interesting part. And we managed to do this. We have 7 departments. One of the departments is now 100% mature. And by mature, I mean it can live, not survive, no, live without me. I'm the founder, I'm the brain. This department can live without me, and this is a huge accomplishment. And I'm so proud of what we have done. And that's for the TLTD part. While
And this is why,
yes.
sorry to disrupting you, and this is why our clients can be sure that when they join the workshop and the program Launch Your Idea, that we will make sure that at the end of the program, they will be totally ready to continue alone without the need of additional cost for consulting or something like this. Of course, in separate cases when they want to, for example, grow the company or enlarge the company. But from the operation point of view, they can be sure that they can continue alone without additional consulting costs. And one reminder that when they start a company, they really need to have registration. This is from a legal and from accounting point of view, and to comply with their country and the local legislation. And of course, if they want to go globally, they have to keep in mind that they should follow the legislation of the other countries where they want to present their products or services or platforms. It's important part of the process as well.
Yeah, for me, I like to do the more crazy way. But of course, I mean, if they want to, it's an option for sure. Now, after TLTD, and actually during my experience with TLTD, people said that you are so fast, you are so advanced, we are having a hard time to catch up with you and keep up with you. So I thought, okay, let's create more systems or more ventures so I can slow myself down and give them some space to breathe. Now, here's the funny part. I became even faster when I started more ventures. So instead of slowing down, I became more faster. So the other ventures, especially when we talk about AI, that came to the world like 3 or 4 years ago, I completely started to build the new ventures on AI. And now I have a company in UAE, fully registered. So I do both. I do the crazy part and I do the traditional part. So the one registered in Dubai is for AI training, and it's very basic. I go to any business and I tell them, look, I'm going to provide a training for you so you can transform your work from the traditional to the AI, like digitalization or stuff like that, and you start using AI with everything you do or most of what you do. And after the training, obviously you will have some difficulties, you'll have some challenges. We will jump in again and help you to overcome these challenges. So that's what we do besides some other services. Also, I have a startup incubator, and I call it Zero to Hero. And it's, of course, while we are not providing funds as of now, because it's very early stage project, but I help them with all my experience and skills and abilities to take their idea literally from zero to hero. So by that I mean, a simple idea that can be a business that can produce money based on the model that was successful in my case. So I want to copy the experience, and I want like everyone in the world can be able to start their idea, transform that idea into a successful business. And of course, during this session, we will talk about why people fail and what exactly they need to do.
Yes, great. Thank you, Oli.
Awesome.
And I'm really happy that we are joining our efforts on the program Launch Your Idea, which is helping the people to start the business from their idea, just like you said about your project. And also, we are targeting on Launch Your Idea to protect the ideas, because in the era of AI, the intellectual property will become more and more important. And the ideas are type of such intellectual property. And that's why they have to be protected. And there is a platform for this. They can register their idea, register this idea on that date. And this will be a third-party confirmation. if they need to prove that this is their idea and they create it on the certain date. Also on the platform, they can lease or sell their idea, which can help them find initial funding in order to start their business. For example, if they decide to lease their idea, they will have a good amount as initial capital in order to um, start with the realization and with the initial cost for domains and such kind of things, for example. And in this regards, what do you think about the role, the leadership role in the era of AI?
Okay, I mean, this is very interesting topic, and thank you for the question. Basically, but before I get into this, I must say something very important. And because I've seen people, you know, especially on LinkedIn or elsewhere, they talk about AI like it's some divine power, some god, some sort of, you know, religion. You know, people, they over complicate and they get overexcited sometimes. AI is a tool. Whether we agree or not, AI is just a tool. It's not the purpose, it's not the destination, and it's not the journey. It's the tool that will do the purpose, that achieve your purpose, that will you can, if you use it, you reach to your destination and you can enjoy the journey. So
I
we
fully
all
agree
need,
with you.
yes, I mean, you know, with all this craziness around AI, we really must stand and call this out and say, guys, slow down. AI is just a tool. It's not the purpose. It's not the destination. It's not even the journey. It's the tool that you will use to achieve your purpose, to reach your destination, and to enjoy your journey. If this is something we agree on, I need to, you know, highlight some points about the leadership and management in the AI era. When we say management, and of course we are talking about the human side of the topic or the story, we must start with something very important, which is, first of all, we need to set the purpose and the ethics. We need to understand, we need to define very clearly why exactly we are using AI and what for. We can't use, let's be honest, AI can be used in very different directions. It can be used for the greater good. It can be used for the bad and the ugly side. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as an Australian, I think 2 days ago, officially Australia banned the social networks for people who are less than 16 years old. So if someone like my son is not 16 years old, he can't even use YouTube. And I totally agree with them. I don't do politics. I have no sides. I definitely don't want to have any side. But for this decision, I totally agree with. I'm so proud to be Australian because this is very good for you know for teenagers, because we all know
Well,
the damage.
yes, we all know the damages of the most social medias like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. But at the same time, I have a social network for kids. This is one of the projects of the companies. And I created for my daughter especially because she wanted to be online, to be able to talk with her friends, for example. They are looking at the others, the bigger um, children and people, everyone are using these social medias. It looks so fancy, so nice, so interesting. And I said, okay, I will make one for you, but in order to make sure that there won't be these negative effects from the other social medias,
Sure.
and to make sure that the content there will be uh, proper for your age, I will make it. and there are no such manipulations like in the other social medias. The algorithms are different, and actually, I didn't place any such of these algorithms they are using. There are no ads on the social media, and every week there is a challenge, new and unique challenge that is trying to make them think differently, to be creative, to learn more about science, arts, to make them be more um, curious about the science and the arts, and really to show them that this is also fancy, this could be also nice and cool, uh, in order to push them in the right direction. From my perspective, it's not good to just forbid something. Usually, especially with the children, what you forbid, this is what they want at all
Exactly.
costs. And
Exactly.
most probably, they will find a way to somehow, maybe using VPN or other accesses, to join the platforms. Or they can even join other platforms which are really dangerous because there is no control on them. And that's why I think that this is not the solution. This is just to say, okay, we have done something huge, we banned the big social medias. Yes, really, the influence is not good there for the children. The content is not for the children there. It's not good to be there, but they need their own space online where they can really get creative, get communication with different children from different countries, for example, and cultures. This is the first-hand experience to talk with another person or child from another culture. And such friendships, I think, can be the layer and the foundation for even better peace in the world, because if you have your own experience with the other people from a certain country or culture, then it's really difficult to believe the misinformation, for example, which is spread online, and the hate speech sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, especially. But I mean, if the Australian government know about your platform, they might be interested. I mean, this is if it's purely for teenagers. I think
Yes.
I'm one of those who are interested to, to maybe even promote. Maybe we ask the Australian government to have a look.
Okay, it will be great. I will
Of course,
share the platform with you.
perfect.
Because yes, really, it's made in order to help the children and even present more information about the cybersecurity. Place for the children from 6 to 14 years old, where they
Perfect.
can communicate together, get creative, learn more about science, cybersecurity, and learn how to communicate online securely.
Hmm.
Uh,
Perfect. Perfect.
yes.
Perfect. I
And
mean, if there's
also, for example, teachers or artists can present their video courses there in order to reach more children, because there are places and villages when the children there don't have access to such courses, and all the content, 10% of all the content there, even from the vendors, presented by the vendors, is free
Mhm.
for the children.
Well, amazing. That's amazing. Very amazing. I'm very interested. Definitely, I need to have a look.
Yes, and I think it will be a better solution instead of just forbid them to join or use any social medias, because it
Yeah.
will be something like, oh, it's so interesting, so fancy, we want to 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 join and use them at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no hidden agenda, then I'm definitely in favor of such platforms. If they exist, of course, we need to support these. Sure,
Thank you.
most welcome. Okay, so should I continue with the other
Yes,
points?
please.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. So besides setting purpose and ethics, and by that I define the why and tell AI what rules that AI needs to follow and what things the AI should avoid. Now, the second thing is, given we are talking about leadership and about management, we need also to understand that leading is not machines but people. So leaders in the AI era need to understand, because again, AI is a tool, not you are not supposed to lead AI. AI is smart enough to lead itself. So you don't have to worry about that. You need to lead people. So basically, your job as a leader or as a manager to actually inspire people. And by inspire people, I mean, inspire them to do more, be more productive, be more flexible, building trust, and of course manage the change. Because let's be honest, when COVID hit the world, people, they got confused. What do you mean that by working online? We've been doing this for years. Now we are saying we do it online. It took them some time to adapt the change. I know in the human nature, adaptability is something that is built in. You just need to activate it sometimes, or it should be on actually all the time. But just in case, you need to, like refresh and just turn it on. So, but people get some time to get used to it. So change to AI will definitely take time. That's why even the rapid growth of AI when it comes to the technical side, when it comes to the adaptation of people, I think it will take some time so it can go fully AI. So that's the job of the leader in the AI era. They need to inspire, build the trust, and help their team to to adapt to the change. Because AI, let's be honest, AI here is to stay, not to go away. That's for sure. The
Yes,
third thing, yeah, sure,
definitely, the AI will help us a lot to be more productive, and will save us a lot of time and costs as well.
sure,
And of course, one thing we should not forget is that the AI is operating with our entries, with our data, with our discoveries so far. And therefore, in order to continue the development of the AI, we need to continue our development. And this means people to get even more creative as they are now, because according to one research made for NASA, at the age of 4 or 5 years, the people 98% of the people are creative geniuses, but at the age of 31 years old, only 2% of them remain creative geniuses. So
wow,
something happened while they're growing up, studying and working, and it's like blocking during the way. Their creativity is somehow slept or blocked at the end.
yeah,
And that's why we need to wake up this sleeping creativity in the people in order to continue with innovations, with discoveries in the science and in all fields. And this will help as well with the continuous development of AI. So I would say that the role of the people as the leaders is not only on the human field, but also in the AI field, in regards of the data that we provide for the AI to work with.
Of course, like, I couldn't agree more. And actually, I suggest here that we have some separate session that talks about creativity because it's a very interesting topic, and I think people will be interested to hear more about this.
Yes, this will be great, really.
Of course, and count me in, of course. No need to say that. I'm always on. All
Okay,
right.
we are
So,
doing it then. They
of
can
course,
expect in the next month
of
another
course,
session.
of course. And speaking of the to continue what you said and to add something to the topic, I think leaders need to make the final call. I mean, we supplied data to the AI, but yes, AI can definitely make a decision. But if you are leading people and you let AI, which is the tool, to make a decision, then why exactly you are leading them? You will be not needed. You will be something that will cost the business extra money to pay your salary or whatever. So no, you need to make the final judgment. You need to make the final call by applying wisdom, by applying your, the emotions, because we are creatures of emotions more than we are creatures of logic. So you need to apply all the human system, all the human parts all together when it comes to making decisions. Yes, let AI to help you to make that, but you should make the final call. This is very important as a leader.
Yes, definitely,
Sure,
I agree with you.
sure.
Because there are also risks if we let AI to take the final decision. Because AI is lacking of the human experience, so it will lack of the understanding of exactly what you say, the feelings of the people, the different circumstances, what is the experience of the people if in this certain situation. And to give an example, when we are implementing AI in a certain company, for example, if we let AI to organize and everything and do the final judgment and decision about the people, for example, at the end, this could be very destructive for the team and for the people remaining in the team, because there will be really high insecurity in the people. And this, of course, will affect their work and um, their productivity. That's why when the implementation is made, for example, it has to be made by the leaders, by the managers, uh, and it has to be led very clearly which are the steps, what will happen, and for, let's say, not for a short time, but in the long run, in order to avoid this insecurity in the people when the implementation is made. And
Of course.
yes, in this regards, of course, one part of the workplaces will be closed, new will be open,
Mhm.
in order to work with the AI data and everything what is needed related to the implementation and working with it. But some of the people that want to continue, for example, work in their field and their profession, they can start their own business, for example, or they can become freelancers, because the, the human touch and the human creativity will be needed definitely while using the AI. Otherwise, if, for example, a marketing company rely only to create the marketing materials by the AI, uh, at the end, we will all will see the same content everywhere, or
Yes.
it might not be exactly the same, but with the same model. And this won't help the companies to stand out and to be seen by their clients because they're will looking all the same.
Yes, true. Actually, this
Yes.
is happening now already. I mean, if you go to LinkedIn, everyone talks like, all the posts look the same, to the point that I'm trying to take some break from LinkedIn, because if you read the post, like a copy paste from each other, and it's getting too much already, and I think they need to realize this is not good for them.
Mhm.
If everything or everyone look like everyone else, then what's the point? Me as a client, where exactly should I go? And I think clients will end up doing it themselves or go to AI, and people will lose their business. So someone has to do something about this, to be honest.
Yes, definitely.
Exactly.
They really have to perform this creative work from their part.
Yes, yes. And that's why that's where we come to the fourth point, which is
Mhm.
leaders need to ask the right question. And by asking the right question, they need to use their critical thinking to guide what problems AI should solve. Now, the world is full of problems, that's for sure. But we need to use AI in a smart way, and we apply our critical thinking as the leaders in the AI era to identify what exactly the problems that we need to start solving using AI, by applying the human wisdom and the human experience and the human empathy. So AI is a tool that can be used by while we ask the right question, we use the right tool, and we apply the human, experience, as you mentioned a while ago, and 100% these problems will be solved in a much better, in a much smart way. um, because let's be honest, we are not the smartest person in the room anymore. We created AI. It's like, having like 100 Einstein at the same time in the same place, and that's the point. That's, as many people prefer to say, it's the last thing that a human do in their life. That's it. We finish everything. We reach to the final level, and that's it. We created
Excuse
we
me.
created yeah.
Uh,
So
I'm sorry,
yeah,
but I won't agree with this.
I would love
Because
to. I would.
yes, and I will explain why. Because the human creativity is something that AI can't reproduce. He has the data. Yes, here it's using a lot of data, huge amount of data, that it's not possible for a single human mind to process. And this is for what we have to use AI to help us to process this huge amount of data. We can even find gaps in our science, for example, and in different fields. Uh, and definitely this will be very helpful. But when it comes to innovations and to new discoveries, something that is never think of up today, then this will remain, I think, in the field of the humans and the human beings.
I would love that. I mean, I don't want to believe that AI is the last invention and we managed to do everything and now we have to rest and AI will take over. I would love to see this in real life. But let's also be honest. Unfortunately, the big giant companies behind AI, they are promoting for this. They are promoting for AI is here to do this and that, because of course they are making money out of this. They
Yes.
sell more.
Mhm.
But yeah, I on the human level, I would love to believe in what you said, and of course I trust what you say, and I support what you say. And even on my LinkedIn, I say human first, AI second. But everything, like when I say everything, everything like the mainstream, the trends, the hype, whatever, you might call it, it's geared towards one thing. AI is controlling everything, and it's a dangerous idea, if I must say,
Yes,
and
definitely.
it scares me, to be honest.
Actually, this could lead us to stop of the development of the human developments, and then it will affect the development of AI itself if they don't understand this. And actually, we can do a very logical testing. For example, taking a fresh AI installation and filling it with data up to, let's say, 1,700 year. And then let the AI start to innovate and do whatever is needed to produce new services, processes, new goods, new uh, inventions, new medicines, everything what the human has created and discovered after the 1,800 year, for example. And we will be able to clearly see what would happen with the final results. So I think this will help us a lot to know where the AI stand and where the human potential and creativity stand.
Definitely, and that takes me to the other point where developing a human skill is very important as leaders in the AI era. We need to understand that developing the human skill is very important, and by that I mean we need to focus on creativity, as you said. We need to focus on empathy, and definitely we need to invest in people. And there are certain, I categorize this as the 5 skills that is future proof, and by that I mean even with the AI advancement, these 5 skills will be very much needed, which is communication, leadership, adaptability, problem solving, and critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. So these 5 skills will be very much needed in the AI era. So if any leader within the AI world, or any business leader, would like to really be different and stand out and do things in a much better and smart way, they truly need to understand the high importance of investing in the human skills that will take them to the next level. So also this is very important.
Yes, yes, I fully agree with you. And this is one of the things actually our audience has to be very careful when they're starting a new business, because they won't be employees anymore. They will become in the role of the employer. So these are the qualities they need to look and focus on when they're choosing their new employees, for example.
Of course, of course. And before we talk about this, I would like to add one final
Okay.
point, which is leaders need to be the bridge between the power of AI and the true potential of their human team. So that's the role of the leader. Leaders should not be the one who manage only. That's anyone can do. The leader should stand out. The leader should be different by being the bridge where AI, the tool, the team is human, and they can just bridge the power of AI with the true potential of human, and they can make
Yes.
a successful business by integrating all these parts together. That's the main role of the leader, after all, as I believe.
Yes, exactly. And this is why they don't have to be managers anymore. They have to become leaders of their team.
Yes, yes, totally agree, totally agree.
And in this regards, when the people are taking the path and the adventure from employees to employers to starting their own business, sometimes could look very scary and difficult. What would be your advice for them?
Very good question. I must be honest here. It's definitely not easy, because if it's easy, then everyone would have done it. So yes, it is hard, it's challenging, it's not for everyone. But if and only if someone is very interested to do that transformation from employee to employer, and I have to disagree with the employer part, because I don't want them to be employer. I want them to be leaders. I want them to be founders. So by founding, I mean creativity, innovation, problem solving, critical thinking, all these kind of things. Because I kind of have some negative view, and I think we talked about that of the
Yes.
this. Yeah, I see employment in I see the ugly face of employment more than the shiny face. So I would rename it to founders, from employee to founders or leaders, if you will. That might be more appealing for me, at least. So what exactly they need to know is, let's start with the shocking truth. And well, this is not a surprise or nothing to, it's not a secret. Everyone who can make any, simple search on Google or AI maybe, he or she will come to know that 90% is the failure rate of startup worldwide. And by that I mean 90% of founders will fail with their startups. Now, if you continue the Google search or the AI search and ask, well, by the way, now AI search is integrated with Google search, so it shows you the AI search result. If you continue the search, it will show you that maybe it can list like 5, 10 reasons, but I have different reasons, as how I see it, why people actually fail in their startups. The first one is too much planning, and this might be a surprise for some people. Yes, too much planning is too bad. I've been there. I have a project, and it's actually an operating system, and the purpose of the project or the operating system is to breathe a new life into very old machines, like very old. And we did it. We released the first version like years ago, but it took us 3 years to do the planning. 3 years, too much. So I have learned the lesson. I said no, enough. Planning should not take all that time. 3 years, I can start like so many ventures in 3 years, not just release one version of a project. So I learned this the hard way. And one of the reasons, as I see, for leaders or for founders to fail in their startups, too much planning. So I'm totally against too much planning. Yes, do the planning part, but shouldn't take too much of your time and your resources. That's the first reason. The second reason is compare themselves with others. We know now in Instagram, they go to Instagram, they see the shiny life of founders, and okay, let's be like him, let's be like her. No, the only person you should compare yourself to is you. The only person you should be better is yourself. Don't compare yourself to other, because his or her story is totally different. You have no idea what's going on behind the scene. You see the shiny life, all sunshine, rainbow. You think, oh wow, they are lucky. Look, they are rich. They are smart. They are whatever. Just don't compare yourself. This is one of the reasons why you might fail, and you might, reach to the 90% failure rate. And definitely the purpose of this session and what continue after the session is to prevent this. We are here to help you. Me and Savitla, we are here to help you to not actually fail. So by knowing the reasons why you fail, you and by our help, we can help you to avoid failing. If you want to, get into the entrepreneurship world, transform from employee to founder, you need to know the main reasons so you can avoid them. Now, the third one is follow the hype. Don't follow the hype. Follow your vision. You should have a vision. You are an entrepreneur because you saw a problem someone is facing, maybe you, and you want to solve it. Stop following the hype, because it just hype after all. So follow your vision, follow the purpose, that why you are here. You need to ask yourself why you are here, why you are not doing the 9 to 5 anymore. Oh, because you have a purpose. What purpose? To solve a certain problem. Follow this. That's it. That's all what you need to do. Yeah, I mean, focus your resources. Don't be distracted, because this will help to reach failure, and you don't have to do that. The fourth reason is depending heavily on money. Now, this is something that might be a surprise for some people. If you think to be an entrepreneur you need money, you are wrong. You are wrong. I have done it completely $0. You can, and of course, we can help you with that after the session. If you are interested, reach out to both of us, and we are here to definitely help you to learn how to, take your idea into a successful business with $0 funding. So don't think you need to heavily depend on funding. Again, that's why people usually fail in their startups. Number 5 is you can't expect the unexpected. Look, life is random. If we disagree or agree on this, that's a different story, but let's get real, let's be realistic. Life is random. And by random, I mean we fail as a human to expect the unexpected. So if your project is not flexible enough, if your startup is not adaptable enough, most likely it will fail. So if you build a startup where you can expect the unexpected by giving more quality, and by avoiding by taking different scenarios, and by building the startup in a way that can handle any scenario, like my business, it cannot fail because it doesn't depend on money. And people say money is the oxygen of business. Well, for me, no, it's not. So we can definitely help you to build a startup where you can expect the unexpected, and 100% your startup will not expect everything unexpected. That's impossible. But at least there's a common sense after all. There are certain scenarios where you can expect easily, and you can build your startup to avoid these. If you have this in your startup, if you build your startup around these things, expecting the unexpected, don't depend on money, don't follow the hype, follow your vision, don't compare yourself to others, and stop planning too much. I can guarantee that your startup will have a much better, maybe it's 50-50. Maybe I'm not overexcited here. Maybe it's even 60% you'll succeed, 40% you will fail. So try to do things differently. Try to look, when you will start your journey, you will read multiple books, you will do multiple research, you will hear this guy, that lady, but nobody will tell you the real reason why. People usually talk about their success, they don't talk about their failure. I have failed more times than I have succeeded. So when I tell you this, I've been there. I have been there, and I've done that. I got the scar, and I know how hard it is. I used to have sleepless nights. I used to have very difficult, hard times and hardships. I went through a living hell, because it's not easy when you see your venture that you put so much efforts on it, it fails because of your mistake. So we can help you to avoid these mistakes by knowing at least why usually people fail.
Yes,
Would you
and
like to?
this
Yeah.
is what actually we are implementing in the business plan, which we are preparing on the workshop Launch Your Idea, in order to mitigate the risks and give you this flexibility that your startup need, and hopefully to help you not be from this 90%, or even we are targeting to decrease this percentage by helping the founders with our detailed business plan, where we will think about all the possible scenarios that we know at least, and can expect to happen.
Of course. And if you allow me, I can give them a brief about the steps that they need to take so they can start their journey. Well, the first step will be definitely as one of the main requirements. And to be honest, and if I'm not exaggerating here, I think it's like 80% is a mindset. So entrepreneurship is, in my view, 80% mindset, and the rest is 20%. So if you have the right mindset, if you have the right philosophy that you can use, especially when it comes to AI, I can guarantee you that you can pass the first phase, because everything in the beginning is the hardest. Always, in each and everything in life, the beginning is the hardest phase, the hardest stage, the hardest time. So if you want to pass through this successfully, you need to have the right mindset, and you need to have a way to deal with AI, with all the exchanges, with having a system you can take from zero to a success project, where you can stand out, and you need to stop thinking in a traditional way. You need to think system, not just tools. If you have this right mindset, you will definitely pass. So that's the first one. The second one will be, you need also to identify and validate your AI business. And I want to connect the too much planning with this one. Um, if you have an idea, if you have a solution to a problem that you see in your life, or maybe your friend's life, don't take too much trying, don't take too much planning. Just put the solution into the real test. Just apply the solution. If, for example, if your friend has he has a business, and he has no customer service department. So basically, you create an AI system that can provide this with some human help. So it's mixed between like 50 AI, 50 human, and you give them the service as your startup. Don't put too much efforts on make a perfect solution. No, if you think Android is the best system for phones, if you think iOS is the best, version 1 was terrible. I can assure you. Version 1 had so many bugs. So now it's much better because they improve it, they developed. So you start small and then grow bigger. Don't start from the end. Start from the beginning. So don't put too much effort. If you want to validate your idea, just put the idea into the test and see how things will go. The third thing is build your AI power team. And by that, I mean AI is a tool, and you have a team that is 100% ready to deal with AI. If you merge these two powers, you will definitely get a huge boost to put you in the right place, and you can stand out among the other businesses. The fourth one will be launch with zero budget using AI. Now, as someone who puts a human first and AI second, I can assure you that with AI, you can start your business with $0 cost. I run my business alone. I don't have a marketing team. I don't have salesperson. I don't have just me. So just me and AI. AI is my partner, and it can play like someday I need a human resource manager. So I talk to him like a human resource manager. The other day I need a marketing manager. So I talk to him as a marketing manager. The other day I have a technical issue, and so on. So I use AI in my businesses without the need to hire someone. You might say, oh, but if you put human first, how exactly you are not hiring human? Because I'm trying to help myself. I'm trying to help others to use AI to start their business, especially if someone who was an employee and wants to get into the entrepreneurship world. If he or she will read about entrepreneurship and see the hardship and the challenges, these things might scare them and put them off, and I don't want that. I want to help them in the best way possible by saying you don't need money, you don't need a team, you can start your solo journey with AI. So you and AI, and then you can add more people on the go.
Yeah,
Um,
and
yeah,
here I will fully support you because this is the way I started as well. Well, not with AI, but with the free available tools and open source program and platforms. And this is really a great help for the founders in order to start their business, present their idea, their platforms, and then they can when they grow enough, they can continue enlarging their platforms, they can enlarge their team, they can have employees. And well, let's say, as there are a lot of employers and that are very bad, I fully agree with you, I understand you well because I had such cases as well. In this case, uh, the uh, the people that are starting their own business and becoming employers have the opportunity to be the best employer, or at least better employer than the employers they had before. So really, at the start of the business, um, they don't need so much funding, as you say, the mindset, and using the AI and the available platforms, for example, and tools will help them a lot to launch their business. And when they grow up enough, they can then uh, hire teams and people in their company, because at some point they will need more people, more creativity, more potential with their team as the company and the business is growing and the activities. So that's why at some point, hopefully and wishfully to all our audience, they will become at some
sure.
point employers. And this is the opportunity to be a better employer for the others.
Actually, here's a challenge. I challenge everyone, if they follow what we talked about, I think scaling and systemizing their business using AI will be very much possible and very much easy. And just in case they got stuck or they get some hiccups here and there, we can jump in and help for sure. Because once they follow the things that we mentioned, scaling and systemizing will be very much easy.
Yes, definitely. And of course, I will highly recommend to register their idea in order to
Yes.
protect it, because this is a high value that at some point can be transferred to someone else that decide, for example, to copy this idea. And it won't be nice for them. For example, because if they uh, have more funding, let's say, they can take over more share of the market, a bigger share of the market. And actually, there are a lot of cases like this where the actual creator of the idea uh, is remain unknown, for example, or the startup failed because someone else copied the idea and took over the market.
Yeah, I mean, I have a question. If I want to register for, I mean, we are talking about the IP here, correct?
Yes, you have to give an agreement that your data will be used for the purpose of the registration of this idea, and in order to prove that this idea is yours.
Okay, okay. But do
So
I need to
that's
to register the business or just register the idea?
the idea, just
Oh,
the
okay,
idea. Yes.
okay,
So you
okay.
don't need to have a company, for example, in order to register your idea. Um, each individual can register on the platform and register their idea.
I think I
Can
will need the
proceed?
link for. I will.
Definitely, I will share it.
Yeah. Of course, thank you. Because I have so many ideas, and I think this is very interesting, by the way. I mean, if someone who used to be an employee and want to get into the new world, especially with the age of I think this is going to help them big time. And me, as someone who has been doing this for years, I wasn't really aware of this service. And so if I live in Australia, I can still do this, right? It doesn't matter where I live, correct?
Mhm. Yes, correct. Yes. It's
I'm
for
definitely
everyone.
in. I'm 100% in. I mean, if this will protect my intellectual property, then why not? I mean, I also encourage everyone to do this. I will do it myself, and yeah, I mean, it's a very good thing. And it's a free of charge. What else do you want?
Yes, at least something as a proof from a third party,
Of course,
independent party, that this is your idea.
of
And
course,
of course, there some changes that has to be made, have to be made in the legislation of each country
sure,
and globally in order to include the ideas or project um, as intellectual property. Um, because maybe before nobody realized the value of the ideas, but on the foundation of each business, each discovery, each innovation is the idea. This is the first step from where the other is growing, and that's why it's important. The good thing is that in Bulgarian legislation, the 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 idea project or the project of an idea is protected as intellectual property, and that's why the form is a little bit detailed, but it's needed in order to have the idea structured as idea project, and
interesting.
hopefully to be to be protected at least from our legislation.
Of course,
And
yeah. I mean,
hopefully from the European legislation, I made one petition few months ago,
mhm.
but it's over. Strangely, there were only 4 signatures on
Oh,
this
wow,
petition, and I'm making another one to the European Commission, and hopefully this time it will be seen and heard by the Commission and also by the people, because really this is in their favor, and this is to protect the value of their intellectual property, um, and to be able to um, start business, for example, from their idea, or to be rewarded for their work, intellectual work.
true. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm going to do this. So just send me the link, please, and I think I will go through the steps.
Great, thank you.
I
Hopefully
mean,
the audience as well.
yeah, I have so many ideas. So I'll start with one and I see how things will go, and then I can continue with the rest. And I encourage others to do the same. Well, you don't have to have so many ideas. If you have only just one idea, you can just go ahead. And I think we can put the link for them maybe in the description so they can have access to the link.
Yes, definitely. And the link will be available also on the landing page and as a comment under the event on LinkedIn and the other social media platforms.
Sure, that would be great for them, for sure.
Great. And do you want to share something else with us?
Um, I would like to share, last but not least, that my two ventures, that Solvix, the company that I started in UAE, and Zero to Hero Incubator, which is online. I'm following TLTD steps, so no registration in physical place. but there will be IP registration because I want to follow your advice and do this. So these two ventures built entirely on AI. For Solvix, we are three, me, my partner, and AI. For Zero to Hero Incubator, just me and AI. And I'm not saying, I'm not claiming that it's a huge success yet because I'm still building, I'm still a work in progress, but I have managed to build these two with $0. And it was just an idea that transformed to a business. I can help you with other, of course, I have other businesses which is more mature, like TLTD. TLTD has been ongoing for the last 11 years. For the last 11 years, I have never received 1 cent, not just $1, not even 1 cent, no fund. Everything was completely from my side, my efforts, my time, my energy, my experience. So I can definitely, surely help you with all the experience that I have, with all the failures that I had, with all the success I have as well, to launch your idea and take your idea and convert or transform the idea into a successful business. Me and Sabitla can definitely help you. We will be on your side. We can, go through all the steps. You don't have to do all the dirty work yourself. We will help you to do that. We help you to go through the hardest part. And by our help, you can, pass through, and you can guarantee that, because look, we've been there. We have walked the path before you even think about walking through it. So we can help you. And I invite everyone to have a look on my website, to check on my businesses and see the story behind each and every single business. And I'm happy to offer a free session, and this is just for you and for your audience. I'm happy to have, free consultation for them if they want to get a better idea on the businesses that I managed to transform from idea to business, and they can see the progress. I mean, some businesses still in the early stages, some businesses still on the paper, and some businesses has been ongoing for the last 11 years. So they can see that all. We can talk about this, and definitely you'll also invite you to join us. So we will have because you look, I enjoyed this session. I would love to have this like every single week. So I hope the audience
Yes,
enjoyed that. My pleasure, my pleasure. So yeah, I mean, this is an open invite for them to join, and I'm more than happy to share everything I have learned through the years with anyone who might be truly interested. And I really enjoyed the session today. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I would love to hear the feedback from our great audience. And if there is anything we didn't deliver, feel free also to reach. I'm happy to be criticized, so don't worry about that.
thank you, Ali. It was really a pleasure for me to have this discussion with you. I hope for the audience as well, and I hope they saw why we are joining our efforts in order to help them start their business. And of course, thank you for the opportunity of the free consultation for them. Please use this opportunity. It's for you. We will do as much as possible in this session in order to help you with your activities, with the path you choose to follow. And don't forget to register your ideas in order to protect them. You can also ask questions. There is a form on the landing page or in the comments. Place your questions there and we will answer to them. It will be a pleasure for us. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Take care.